Do you use washcloths to clean your body? Well, I do. And as the washcloth queen, I must chime in on the debate that's happening right now on TikTok. It is such a trip to read all these comments and listen to what people are saying about washcloths. The only way to get your body really clean is to use washcloths. So I wrote a blog post at thegoddesspowershow.com, and I also have the audio version of this. And welcome to my YouTube channel for the Goddess Power Show. I am so excited to talk about this topic because everybody who knows me knows I am obsessed with washcloths. I own dozens of them, pure white, pristine ones, colorful, pink, purple, other colors, and I use at least 3 washcloths every single day. So I just want to give some tips and share some perspectives because the things I'm hearing and seeing they're just wrong. First of all, the only the only way to really, really clean all the cracks and crevices in your body and prevent odor and the accumulation of stuff is to use a washcloth. You need that textured fabric with soap on it to gently scrub areas to get the bacteria, sweat, dead skin cells, accumulation of like lotion and other products we put on our skin. We need the friction of a washcloth to remove the residue, not to mention poop residue that can accumulate in the butt. And if you look at the anus, it actually has like little um folds of skin in a circle, and stuff can get in there. So the your fingers can't clean that. Your hand is smooth. Your fingers are smooth. They don't provide the friction or the texture to get in there and really, really clean it. And so, oh my gosh, this excites me so much because I'm obsessed with personal hygiene. And as creator and host of the Goddess Power Show and author of The Bis Tribe, Activating Your Goddess Power, my mission is to help women and everybody else activate power within yourself to live your best life. And that includes being super clean. A goddess walks through the world super clean. Her personal hygiene is immaculate. And she stays fresh and healthy. So there are some health risks if we don't clean ourselves correctly, especially as women. We all know we're supposed to wipe from front to back when we pee because there's bacteria in the butt that can get into the vagina, into the urethra, and cause bladder infections and jack up the pH balance in the vagina that can cause odors and itching and infections. And it's just disgusting. Not to mention the whole concept of truffle butter. If you don't know what that is, please look it up. And any anal activities you might have during sex, the cardinal rule is to never mix booty juice with vajayjay juice. Please look it up. But our butts have bacteria that can cause major problems for women's vaginal pH balance, which is just disgusting, first of all. And secondly, can be avoided. It's about prevention. And the way we should clean ourselves is to have immaculate hygiene in our between our legs and butts. So let me just share. Our bodies are our temples, and my whole goddess concept is activating our power within ourselves, which comes from spirit. So it's very spiritual, and our bodies are temples. And we all know that cleanliness is next to godliness, like the proverb says. So we want to be as clean as possible. And if your body is a temple, think about how you treat your place of worship if you have one. You speak in a reverent tone with respect. You keep it clean. You respect the environment. And therefore, we need to treat our bodies as temples because they are. They are the vessels that enable us to live this glorious life. So let's talk about washcloths. Okay, so your mom's house podcast, there's a man and a woman who host that. They're married, and they started this debate talking about washcloths and how they don't use them, and that washcloths are associated with poor people, which is so bizarre. I know rich people who use washcloths, who even they have bidets. I know middle class people and poor people who use washcloths. So I also don't equate it with, there's been debates about race as a factor. I know people of every race, religion, ethnicity, and as a mixed race woman myself, uh, race, ethnicity, religion have nothing to do with washcloths. It's all about cleanliness. So fascinating points that people are raising about washcloths, which I just love. So let me just share that I believe that pleasure is the portal to our power, and having pleasure on a daily basis is really important. And it's not just sex, but when you do engage with someone, you want to be clean. You want to smell fresh. And the best way to make sure that your body is super clean and smelling fresh is to use washcloths, especially to clean your butt. So I'm not shy about talking about this because it's really important, and we have to bring this sort of taboo topic out of the closet so that everybody can be as clean as they can possibly be and feel their best. Now, obviously, if somebody has a health issue or anal incontinence from a health problem, this doesn't apply. I'm talking about people who have the choice and ability to decide how they clean their bodies. So let's talk about a few things. Now, a few people have mentioned the bacteria that can accumulate on a washcloth. That means they're reusing it. You do not reuse a washcloth. You use it to clean your body, and then you hang it up to dry, and then put it in the wash, and then use it when it's clean. Likewise, you clean from the top to the bottom and the front to the back. So you wash your face first with the washcloth, if you use a washcloth on your face, because I've heard some dermatologists say that's too harsh. So that's a whole different story. I'm talking about body parts that tend to accumulate gunk and smell. So start with your face if you use a washcloth on your face, and then you can clean your underarms, you can clean your vajayjay or your male parts, and then do the butt last and then the feet last. That's how I do it, and the water is continuously streaming down. Um, and actually, underarms can be after the groin area because that's how I do it. And I also make sure that I first rinse off the deodorant so I'm not tracking deodorant down to my other areas of my body because I don't want to put all those chemicals there. So the point is, don't reuse washcloths, and therefore there will be no bacteria. Secondly, if you want to reuse a washcloth, it's been sitting there moist where it can accumulate who knows what, bacteria, mold, fungus, gross, and all the dirt particles that came off your body are sitting there with the moisture just festering. Eh. So the point is, don't reuse washcloths. And what that requires is, of course, being stocked up on them and having a clean supply at all times. And the first thing I do when I check into a hotel room is call the front desk or housekeeping and ask, please bring me 4 more washcloths. So I have a stash, um, so that I can use them throughout the day to freshen up, wash my face. I use one in the morning to freshen up. I use one throughout the day when I shower to go out. I use one, again, before I work out. I always freshen up, because you want to be fresh when you go to the gym, so there's no accumulated whatever that can make you smell while you're working out. And then for bedtime shower, get super clean. So that's actually 4. But I use a lot of washcloths and I love them. So if I'm dating you, or if you're my family member and I come visit your house, you already know you already bought some washcloths for me to have on hand when I arrive. That's just how I roll, and I feel amazing about it. So let's talk about um, how cleanliness is self-care, self-respect, and self-love. So I have a company that I run, Two Sisters Writing and Publishing, as well as my podcast, The Goddess Power Show, with Elizabeth Ann Atkins. I work at home. I'm alone. I still practice impeccable hygiene. I clean myself. I make sure I stay fresh. I use washcloths to do that. I also brush my teeth when I'm alone. I also get my teeth cleaned every 3 months instead of 6 months. I also floss after every time I eat. If you think I'm starting to sound OCD about my personal cleanliness, well, I do wash my hands a lot. I really like to protect myself from germs and illness and all the things that can come from touching public surfaces. So that's just me, super clean. Obviously, if you work in a situation where you're not able to go freshen up all the time, or it's sweaty, or you're outside, or you're traveling, or you're just in situations where you can't clean yourself a lot, that's understandable. I'm talking about when you have the power and ability and when you do get around to taking a shower. So when I'm traveling, I carry a washcloth and a bar of soap in my purse in a little Ziploc bag so that if I need to freshen up at the airport bathroom or wherever I am, I can. I actually keep it in my purse at all times, actually, so that I'm never without the opportunity to get clean. It's a luxury, I know this, and I'm grateful for that. But I just want to share with you that the only way to really get your body clean is to use a washcloth. Now, I know this debate is going to rage on and on because there are people who say they're against washcloths. They think they're gross. They're associated with negative stigmas in their mind. But I did see one man on TikTok say, he finally used a washcloth, and when he saw that it turned brown after he cleaned his butt, he realized that his hand just wasn't cutting it. His hand and a bar of soap was not getting his butt clean. Therefore, he used a washcloth and became converted to a washcloth user because he saw how much cleaner it can get your body. So I hope that I've inspired you to try using a washcloth if you're not already and understand some of the benefits of using washcloths. Yes, it gives you more laundry to clean. Yes, you have to fold them and put them away. Yes, you have to, deal with that extra, but it's so, so worth it because you're going to feel clean. You're going to smell fresh. The people around you will appreciate it. Your lovers will appreciate it. And most importantly, you will feel great. That's my mission here on the Goddess Power Show with Elizabeth Ann Atkins to help you live bigger, better, and bolder and manifest your heart's wildest desires. You should do that feeling and smelling as clean as possible. Please read my blog post about this at thegoddesspowershow.com and share it with anybody who might need some cleanliness tips or who might be open to trying washcloths and being able to speak the gospel on those as well. So I hope you have an amazing day and I wish you the best. Remember, you have the power to live your wildest dreams, so go for it.